Sangha, I make humiliations practice for giving, so forth, may I become Buddha divine for all sentient beings. Sanje Joda Soge Chon, Chanjo Bardo Dane Yapsu Che, Dage Chinso Kebe Sonam, Yola Benjir Sanje Jubara Sho, Sanje Joda Soge Chonam, Chanjo Bardo Dane Yapsu Che, Dage Chinso Kebe Sonam, Chola Benjir Sanje Jubara Sho, Sanje Joda Soge Chonam, Chanjo Bardo Dane Yapsu Che, Dage Chinso Kebe Chola Benjir Sanje Jubara Sho. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Hyevatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Hyevatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Dathagato Hyevatat Tesham Chayo Nirodha Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. All phenomena are some causes. The causes are taught by the Tathagata. The cessation causes as well as taught by the grace here. Yatha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhiswatyatha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhiswatyatha Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasam Gate Bodhiswaha. Okay. So this is a Bodhicitta retreat, and I would highly recommend all of us to study more extensively. The more you study, it becomes like your practice dharma becomes extremely rich and profound. And there's a stark contrast. Just as, for example, say that, let's say in the very mundane sense, we can see the contrast. We can see the contrast between, say, the info medical experts, like medical doctors, and somebody who is just working with the doctors as assistant, and however many years the person is there. But what the medical doctors learned is very different. It's very technical, very profound. And the moment you interact with the most sophisticated, the doctors, you can actually be in par with them. Whereas those who are, always just assistant to the doctors with just 6 months training and then assisting a doctor for like 10 years, 20 years, when you go with the other medical doctors, you cannot really go in par. There's a stark contrast there. So likewise, engineers, right? Likewise, the mechanical engineers, say, who who actually did the engineering designing of the mechanical cars and so forth versus the mechanics, simple mechanics. we see the mechanics as good, but actually the old designs, how the engineers do is very different. So we see that they, for example, like small things, even ordinary people like us, we can construct a house, but the big houses, and they require a lot of training. Otherwise, without which you cannot do that. For example, like there's so many complications. Even when the trained engineers, when they go wrong, they can make huge mistakes in building the huge bridges and also tunnels. Sometimes you dig the tunnel from this side, dig the tunnel from this side, and that two tunnels should meet. They don't meet. They keep going like this. You're getting it? Because of a bad engineer. Then if this is somebody who's trained makes such mistakes, what about the amateur, the people, the laborers? They will not have any idea how to do these things. So what I'm saying is that even though the practice of Dharma, which is the most important thing in your life, for you, for your children, for your family, for your parents, this is the most important thing. I see that many of the people who engage, who goes into Dharma practice, and then who demonstrated difference in their life. They become more compassionate, more concerned, and the calm. Then family members, they could feel that. For example, like Minodi school, if you go to Minodi school, just Minodi, just see how her being their presence in the school with 1,700 children from age 5, 6, 3.5 to like age 17, 18. High school. So just talk to them and they talk about peace, compassion. They never talk about money, business, They talk about compassion, peace, and so forth. One person can make a huge difference. So Minoji, I really congratulate her for all these. Seeing that, it really impressed me. Then I feel the need that good people should be there. And then I did not really get much time to be with Sally for Sally Lam, But recently, when I came here, I met her, talked to her. Then I could see the immense goodness there, purity there in Sally Lam. I really appreciate it, and I've been knowing Anila for many years, right? And Rupa, right? Yes, since last year. Yes, last many years. Okay, and then the Drishti, no, okay. Why I said Drishti? Drishti's father, right? Rajesh. I really appreciate him, right? So what I'm saying is that even with the Dharma practice, depending on how sophisticated you are trained, to that extent, when you practice, it makes a huge difference in your the understanding, and to that extent you can leave an impact in the family and your parents, your children, your husband, wife, and all the family members, your workplace. This is so precious. Okay, so this is what I'm expecting with this mind as auspicious gesture. Same that so we talked about bodhicitta. What is bodhicitta? Quick, somebody. What is bodhicitta? Hey, quick. What is bodhicitta? Yes, Chandela. No, what is bodhicitta? Just make it very simple. What is bodhicitta? Victoria? Perfect. Aspiration to become enlightened. Altruistic intention to become Buddha, become enlightened for the benefit of sentient beings. Thank you. And this aspiration, may I become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings, or technically speaking, aspiration to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. That is bodhicitta. Bodhi meaning enlightenment. Chitta is the mind or the aspiration. Aspiration to become Buddha for the benefit of sentient beings. This is very clearly indicated by Arimathriya in his text, Abhisamaya Lankara. in Tibetan, Semkyepa ni Shindu Shri Yanda Zombe Chanshu De. The Bodhicitta is the aspiration to attain the complete enlightenment for the benefit of other sentient beings. So with this in mind, the next question is, how does it help? If you become a Buddha, if you become enlightened, how does it help other beings? Buddha attained Buddha enlightenment out of the Bodhi tree here for 2,500 years ago. Still with so many people suffering and so forth, how does it help? Okay, so we need to think of the sound of clap. The sound of clap. It's not that you become Buddha, that all the misery is solved. No. The becoming Buddha, how we're able to benefit the beings is by, say, the creative, say, for the benefit for the beings is like the sound of clap. And this sound of clap should come from the two hands. One, the Buddha's contribution, and the other, your contribution. Two should meet. For the example, very famous example given was, I think by Eritrea, that even if the god of the rain showers, even if the god of the rain showers all over the place, where there's a seed will germinate, where there's no seed will not germinate. You're getting it? So which means the rain of the shower, the shower of the rain is like the Buddha's blessings. Then you have to create your seed. You create a seed, then the shower comes in contact with the seed, then it will blossom into beautiful flowers, beautiful fruits, and so forth. Where even if you have this, even if the Buddha's shower is there, rain shower is there, but if you don't create the seed, then nothing will grow out of this. So therefore, the point is that to this question, how can benefit to all sentient beings happen when one becomes a Buddha? So this is a big question. For this, when think of three perfect qualities. When you become a Buddha, you become perfected in three qualities. And all the qualities and the Buddhas have, the most important qualities, they are threefold. Of all the benefits the Buddha renders, okay, anybody? Of all the benefits the Buddha renders to the beings, what is the supreme of the benefit? Anyone? Just speak your mind. Yes, Ajad Dola. Dharma teaching, the speech, the deed of the Dharma teaching. Good. Anyone else? Yes? Freedom. Okay, freedom. So the Buddha came, but still we are not freed. Right? So tell me, what is the most important thing which with which the Buddha can freely do? Swamiji? Perfect love. Teaching the truth of suchness. Pradiksh. Leads to the path of enlightenment. Very good. Anyone else? Yes. Perfect knowledge. Abhishekji. The path leading to the cessation circle. Very good. Tinshandela. Perfect power. Very good. Okay. So the answer is that the speech. The speech, because finally we need to get the wisdom to be liberated from samsara. For to get the liberation, this wisdom, the Buddha very clearly indicated that what Buddhas do not watch the negativities of beings, nor does he remove their miseries by his hands, nor does he transfer spiritual realization to the beings. It is only through teaching the suchness that the beings are liberated, right? Teaching the suchness. So, teaching, giving the teaching, the dharma, that's the supreme of all the deeds. The Buddha performed many miracles, but Arya Nagarjuna never praised the Buddha Shakyamuni for having performed the miracles. You're getting it? But always the Arya Nagarjuna praised the Buddha Shakyamuni for giving teachings to share the wisdom, to dispel the darkness of ignorance. So it is for this reason that every morning, the first verse that we read is Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma to dispel all perverted views. To you, the Buddha Gautama, I pay homage. This is the word of salutation by Aranagarjuna. So, enthused by great compassion. So, great compassion should be for all of us. If you really admire Buddha Shakyamuni, if you really want to take Buddha Shakyamuni as the ultimate teacher, then we need to learn from him great compassion. Enthused by great compassion, you taught the Immaculate Dharma. What's that Immaculate Dharma? The wisdom of the suchness. The teaching on the wisdom of the suchness. That is Immaculate Dharma. That is taught to dispel the perverted views. Why we are suffering is because of the perverted wrong views. So wrong views, including self-grasping ignorance, they eradicated. Then beings are liberated. Freedom comes into being. So therefore, the Buddhas give us the teaching, and we have to create the seeds within us. You're getting it? Create the seeds within us. One man can take the horse to the river. Hey, one man can take the horse to the river, but 20 men cannot make it drink. You're getting it? Buddhas give the teachings. It is our job. It is our job to drink the nectar of the Buddha's teachings. Okay, wisdom. So for the teaching, given that the teaching of the suchness, the wisdom of suchness, this is the most excellent deeds of all the Buddhas. Therefore, to make this teaching efficient, we require three qualities. Perfect knowledge, perfect love, and the perfect power. Three are required. We cannot compromise any one of them. We require all three. Why? The first simple example that your dad, so when you're a little girl or a little boy, your dad tells you to study well, and I'm always there to help you. And one day your exam is happening, exam is approaching, and you remember what your father said. You go to your father and ask, Dad, you promised to help me. Now I need help. I want you to teach me science. My science exam is knocking the door. And the dad says, I'm very sorry. When I'm in school, I always failed in science. So yeah, your dad could not help you. Why he could not help you? Because he was lacking the knowledge. So anybody who should be helping you, well, the person must be perfected in knowledge. To help you perfectly, the person should have perfect knowledge. Number two, the dad says, don't worry, but your next door neighbor is the renowned the scientist. And then you go there and knock at the door and sir, please teach me science. $1,000 US per hour. $1,000 per hour. You know that I'm a very senior professor in physics, right? Okay. Oh, no way. $1,000 per hour. No way, right? Then you go to your dad. This is what he's asking. Oh, your dad was so sorry. So even this professor who is so good in physics, good in science, could not teach you, could not help you. Why? He's like, what? He's lacking love. He's lacking compassion. You're getting it? So therefore, if somebody were to really help you, that person should have perfect compassion, perfect love. Number two. Then the father felt very sorry and suddenly came up with the next thought. The father tells you, don't worry, although your mother is not a professor in physics or professor in science, but when she was in school, she was a topper in science, right? Okay, good. So your mother will come like 4 p.m. And the mother comes and you jump to the mother. Mother says, please don't touch me, right? I have a flu. I have a flu. I have a I'm fatigued. I feel so tired, fatigued. I cannot even move my body. I need to rest, right? Even the mother could not help you. What happened to the mother? She's very good in science. But why? She loves you. She has the knowledge. Why she could not help you? She does not have the power to teach you at that moment. So, for somebody to benefit you perfectly well, the person should have perfect power to guide you, help you. So these are three qualities. If you become enlightened, The benefit is that you will attain the perfection of these two qualities. With the perfection of these qualities, you will not lapse in guiding others to the ultimate happiness. This is bodhicitta. Okay, with this in mind, okay, so there are many questions here, and Bhumika, do you this is what I'm saying. I'm here to ask the question, and you gave me the answer already, right? You gave my answer before I asked the question. This is not my question. My question is, can you identify Leaf's questions? No, I'm asking which are the Leaf's questions. They're all mixed up. Are you sure? Okay, good. Very precise. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so this is question coming from Liv, who say was so passionate that I can see in her face. So I'll do this first, and the others more like lottery system, right? I just randomly pick up, and not that everything will be answered. Don't mind. The first of the 17 great Narada masters, which ones practiced Tantra? Okay, I thought she said Tara, right? Initially, I it was Tantra. Okay, so basically, so now many of the modern, what do you call it, the Western, the historians, they create all forms of histories, contemporary historians. And then they come to say all these things. They write books and so forth, and mess up everything. Actually, Arya Nagarjuna, say many of the today's of the historians, contemporary historians, they said that Arya Nagarjuna, the famous Arya Nagarjuna, he has nothing to do with Tantra. This is not true. This is not true. It's all because of people just messing. Yes, of course. One thing that I like about the what I say modern historians pertain to saying that the past histories were wrong. I see some basis there. Because sometimes, particularly with India and Tibet, I would say more in Tibet. Tibet means Tibet, all along the Himalayan belt. So there, Buddhism spread on these areas. So there, that people are so pious, extremely devoted, that sometimes they exaggerate the quality of the teachers. That exaggeration happens. Because of this, His Holiness is extremely realistic and practical. His Holiness said that Bodhisattva Chandarakshita, who was invited to Tibet, he must have lived for like 90 years. When he visited Tibet, he was in his 70s. And then he must have lived like 90 years. But the Tibetan people, they accidentally put 10 extra, and it became 900. So Tibetans literally believe that he lived 900 years. So this is the piety, getting up with the history. That's where we are going wrong. So from this point of view, I really appreciate the modern historians, contemporary historians. But they also go to another extreme, right? So they easily disregard the past, the histories, accounts. So Arya Nagarjuna, yes, of course, it does happen that when the say different scholars in two different times bear the same name, but Arya Nagarjuna, known for as a great abbot, to compose the Mula Madhyamaka Karika, the fundamental wisdom of the middle way, he was involved with tantric practice. But when you speak about tantra, people get when you don't understand what tantra is, then people were so excited so excited in a very negative way. Whereas the real Tantra is, if you really understand the truth meaning of Tantra, it gives you goosebumps on the body. It makes you feel like crying out of amazing profundity of this. No, say, what do you call it, lustful, excitement. This is just so stupid, so childish. This is not Tantra. And many people failing to have even the wisdom of emptiness, failing to have even the basic renunciation, no bodhicitta, they just jump into Tantra. This is not Tantra, this is all fake Tantra. Let's not forget it. Real Tantra is where extremely intelligent, very smart people, they see that just to get the clue of what Tantra is, they will just go into deep devotion, respect, goosebumps on their body, tears running your cheeks and your eyes, to see how profound this teaching is. It has nothing to do with what the popular Tantra, is. Okay, so Arya Nagarjuna, Acharya Chandrakirti, no doubt Bodhisattva Aryadeva, and then the Adhishya Shri Jnana, and Acharya Chandrakirti has a commentary on all these profound explanations of Tantra. Okay, this one. If you experience the rising and passing of the elements within the body, therefore experience dependent origins, now you practice meditation on emptiness. So this is, if you're experiencing the rising and passing of elements is a positive phenomena. So rising is a positive phenomena, then passing, that it is passing per se with the diminishing of the effects. So you still see the, say, first very bright to very strong feeling to become then the weaker. Still there's something positive phenomena there. There's a positive phenomena. Positive phenomena is never emptiness. Don't forget it. This is never emptiness. So therefore, what I said is that, say, look at this. The four stages. First, the breath, observing the breath. Then go to the sensations, which is subtler. Breath is very easy. So it's it's a process of training your mind. First, do little easy to identify. This is a breath. Then from the breath, you go to the sensation, which is more difficult to identify. But the next is sensation. From there, what feels a sensation? Arising and ceasing of the sensations. What experiences that? The mind, which is totally non-tangible, is purely of the luminous nature. So that is number 3. You see this awareness. This is known as awareness. This way subtler than the sensation meditation, rising and the ceasing of the sensations. Way subtler than that. Then the next, even that is not the end. Then the emptiness of this mind. For this, you should be intellectually extremely stimulated. Without this emptiness of mind, it's impossible to get it. It's so profound, emptiness of mind. Grossly speaking, emptiness of the body, emptiness of the self, they are grosser in comparison with the emptiness of mind. Although we don't say that emptiness of mind is subtler, emptiness of self is grosser. No. So when you meditate, it is way easier to get the emptiness of the self, the person, emptiness of the body, emptiness of the flower in comparison with the emptiness of the mind. Because mind per se is very subtle. We cannot see that. It takes a lot of training. It requires a lot of training to see what this mind is. Only when you see this mind, then you get the foundation for the emptiness of the mind. Otherwise, how can you see the emptiness of the mind if you don't know what the mind is, if you don't experience what the mind is? So therefore, the first is the breath, next is sensation, next the mind which feels the sensation, then the emptiness of sensation, the emptiness of mind. This is how one can think of in your practice. So therefore, arising sensations is not at all emptiness. But who's the best judge to know this is study emptiness thoroughly on the basis of Acharya Chandrakirti's text, Madhyamaka Avatara. And to study this thoroughly. Without studying this, just 1 week teach one emptiness is just nothing. It's like the picture of a pizza. Picture of pizza is never a pizza. You're getting it? So it will just give some idea what the pizza is like. Then on that basis, then you go out to go for where we can get the pizza like this, right? It's not a pizza, something like this. So we have to study emptiness so thoroughly, and then your whatever meditation of the rising and ceasing of sensations, you experience emptiness, and then compare the two, you see the stark contrast. Good. Both of these phrases refer to Bodhicitta, but they seem to mean different things. May I quickly attain awakening for the benefit of sentient beings? As long as space remains, sentient beings remain true. This is I don't know what it is, the first question. Both of these refer to, okay, so they refer to Bodhicitta. May I quickly attain awakening for the benefit of sentient beings? Yes, is about the Bodhicitta. As long as space remains, in fact, these come from most of them come from Guide to the Bodhisattva Safe Life. Chapter 1 is all about Bodhicitta. Chapter 1 is all about Bodhicitta. There are how many verses? Maybe like 30, 40 verses. They are all about Bodhicitta. Then the dedication, chapter 10, dedication. Again, you look at it. It's all about Bodhicitta. So yes, they're all about Bodhicitta. Okay. Okay, Jigmela, come. So there are many of them. You pick a one. Huh? No, from there you pick a one. Don't be biased. Good. Okay, stay somewhere here. Yeah, use this. Okay, Karen's question. In the context of Bodhicitta, about the first step of the method of equalizing exchanges the self for others, we say to equalize oneself for others. Why from the tradition of Tibetan Buddhism, monks and nuns cannot have as the same achievements, having the same potential? For example, monks can have full ordination. Oh, don't put me into politics. Right? Don't put me in politics. Okay, Karen. If you want these political questions, right? So these are not political. These are more like the societal. You're getting it? Societal remnants. Societal remnants. It so happened that the same. We need to know the differences. Differences meaning that, let's say that, okay. So when you go to, say, all the boys and girls, male, females are same. But when you go to the washroom, there are several washroom, right? Oh, there's no equality, right? There's no equality. There are two different washrooms. It doesn't mean anything. You're getting it? That we should be same. We are all equal, and that washrooms, there are two separate washrooms, one for male, one for female. There's no contradiction. You're getting it? Some are societal practices and so forth. What the Buddha taught and what the individual communities practice, we should not mix up the two things. You're getting it? Individual communities, they carry many of the remnants of the past. For example, at one time, I talked about the equality of male and female in Buddhism. And then one girl from Ladakh, that was many years ago, one girl from Ladakh said that, but Kishira, you are talking about the equality of male and female, but in Ladakh, there are some monasteries where the girls are not allowed to go. I said, that's perfect, very good, right? Don't go to these monasteries. Who is boss? There must be some deity in the monastery. And Buddha is there. Who is the boss? Buddha is the boss, or that deity is the boss? Buddha is the boss, right? So you don't even contribute 10 rupees to this monastery. Take the money, bring the money back to you, enjoy it. You're getting it? Don't contribute those which are biased. These are the societal backward indications. They're nothing to do with the teaching of the Buddha. We should not mix up the two things. You're getting it? And also don't they also keep in mind these people who are part of this Buddhism, but doing something a little different from what the Buddha taught. Even they are falling, they are not Gate Bodhiswaha. You're getting it? They also have mistakes, but you should always distinguish between what the Buddha taught and what the individuals do. You're getting it? This should not be mixed up. So in the Tibet, very contextual Tibet, even to forget about what is missing. What are the good things? We have to remember. We appreciate the good things that we have. We learn how to appreciate. For example, like today, say the whole Bodhicitta teaching, the corpus which Nalanda once had, they were almost lost from the world, and it was preserved in Tibet. And how they preserve? Tibetan king uses authority. So wisely invite the Indian master, Bodhisattva Shantarakshita, who was already in his 70s. Today, if I'm in my 70s and if I'm invited to go walking to Tibet, I cannot walk. But he walked. You're getting it? Remember these kindness that we have received, the benefit that we get, all the teachings that we are readily getting here is all because of the efforts of these past people. Instead of not thinking about these efforts and the limitations that happen, for example, say in Tibet, why the full ordination did not happen was because that there was the lineage should be there, lineage of the female abbot. So female abbot could not come to Tibet. You're getting it? It's not because that Tibet is no female thing. No, because Bodhisattva Shantarakshita came, he's a male. So he gave the ordination, that was the male ordination. And the female could not be, if you are to cross this ocean, this very difficult terrain, wildlife, thieves, so forth, can you take the risk? To be very honest, as a girl, parents will be very restrictive of the girls. So from India to there, who will come? We should be very realistic. You're getting it? So in other words, what I'm saying is that don't mix up the two things. What the Buddha taught, we are not learning what the Tibetans taught. What we are learning, what the Buddha taught. Don't mix the two things. What the Buddha taught, appreciate it, and what the Tibetans did, preserve this, so that what we are learning, what the Buddha taught. So we learn what is contextual, what is societal, what is contextual, and what the Buddha taught, and what contribution they made. Think of positively. You're getting it? Okay, good. Next, take the good one. Then don't take the controversial one. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'll randomly do it. Yeah. Okay, I don't know whose question is. Emptiness of nucleus. Is there any emptiness of wisdom of emptiness? If it, then how to check it? What's the difference between whose question is this? No one? Huh? It's not his question. It's all coming from his father, I know. Yes? Okay. First question is his question. The emptiness of nucleus is his question. The remaining emptiness is all about the father's question. He learned it somewhere. He heard it from the father. Yeah. Okay. The emptiness of nucleus is easy. Emptiness. Huh? Look, this is your question, right? So neutron, if you have listened to me well, I already answered it. On that level, it's not like one particle there. It's more like in the form of a wave. You're getting it? Wave energy. Energy means it's not like one solid thing. If it is solid, it's not in form of energy. Energy is like a wave. Wave means they are, wave is like, for example, a simple wave like this, tough and crest, crest and tough. You're getting it? So these parts are there. So on that basis, you got it? In other words, you thought that the neutron, you thought that it can be divided. You thought like this? Yeah, this is question. So what's behind him? This I can see. This is his question. You got it? You got the answer now? You got the answer now? Yes. Okay. Okay. Other questions. I heard that mind. So these questions tell me the need for us to study Buddhist philosophy more systematically. You're getting it? These questions are very serious questions, good questions. But those people who have, say, systematic studies, these questions are already, they it's so easy for them. Whereas for those people who are not systematic study, this is a very complicated question. I heard that mind and consciousness is synonymous in Buddhism. Are they exactly the same at a subtle level as well? Anybody from NMC2? Anybody from NMC2? Okay, Jyotiji, what answer would you give? I heard that mind and consciousness are synonymous in Buddhism. Are they synonymous? Not in Buddhist psychology. Yes, very easy. So whether subtle, gross, it doesn't matter. They was all same. You're getting it? Whose question is this? His question is this. Tenzin from NMC2. Therefore, we need to study. I met Tenzin many years ago. Which year? With Tenzin Shanla, right? With Tenzin Shanla or after? No, the first meeting. Who together or you first? That was the first. Okay, good. Okay, yes. So the answer is these two are synonymous, whether on gross, subtle, whatever, synonymous. Good. So what I can do is that there are several questions. Instead of going through all the questions of one person, I'll pick up just one question and then give chance to the others. Okay. An action that helps others but comes from selfish intention, like pride, ego. Is it a virtuous contaminated karma or non-virtuous contaminated karma? Well, let's put it like this. Say, this is a good question. Say, when you engage in karmas, usually we can talk of in a very mundane, vernacular sense, ordinary sense, we say that, okay, somebody says, please support our program, and we need a little bit of financial help. Okay, so my name should go in your what? My name should be there on the backdrop of your program, right? Then I'll support. It's purely what? Worldly concerns. It's not at all virtuous. You're getting it? It's not at all virtuous. My name should be there, right? Oftentimes it happens. My name should be there. So the point is that this is so where if your generosity is say like 50%, your ego is 50%, self-promotion is 50%, your virtue is 50%. If you are say behind is no care about, I don't care whether they benefit not, my name should be there. 100% is egoistic, your virtue is zero. You have lost some money. That's loss of money, and you're accumulating negative karma. Right? So therefore, this is one thing. Then the more important thing is that all along this practice of bodhicitta, what we learn is that, say, if you benefit others, you will have the unconditional love for others, then you will have the maximum happiness. I will have the maximum happiness. Is that not selfishness? This is not selfishness. Selfishness is a state of mind which thinks about the self, by being oblivious to others. You're getting it? That is selfishness. Let me not forget it. Let me remind you. What is selfishness? Say you benefit others, right? Then I accumulate virtue. You benefit others. Oh, then my anger subsides. I feel so relieved. It's so good. What's wrong with this? It's not non-virtuous. You're getting it? When you're being oblivious to others, in worst case, being indifferent towards others, that is selfishness. Simply because that if I benefit others, then I become enlightened, I get the maximum, my happiness expands. This is so precious. Win-win. It's a win-win. It's a win-win. There's nothing wrong in this. Only if there's the incentive for yourself, then you have the energy to keep going. You getting it? Saying, I do not really go in great detail about the Bodhicitta with the time up. Otherwise, it's extremely beautiful teaching. Say, we talked about the mother's love. Mother's love meaning the mother loves the child and child loves the mother, right? So initially, how we began our love for other beings is by mimicking the child's love. Day one, the child did not love the mother. Yes, you agree? Day one, you are born, you did not embrace it, you did not thank your mother. Yes, no? Huh? Yes, you do not thank your mother for giving birth, right? But within the span of 2-3 years' time, your love and affection towards the mother just builds up so strong. So we can mimic the child's love, how the child developed this love over the span of 2-3 years' time. So with zero love to intense love. At the moment, we have almost like zero love towards all the sentient beings. So we are like the day one child born. So from there, the child developed tremendous love with a span of 2-3 years. So what is that mechanism? That mechanism I will mimic. I'll mimic in my case. So what is that mechanism? Mechanism is the mechanism that the child, how he or she develops this intense love towards the mother, is because of Bhumikaji. I don't start with selfishness. Just tell me directly. How come that the child develop intense love towards the mother within a span of 2-3 years time? Huh? Here. Seeing the mother is a source of benefit. You feel hungry, you cry, the mother comes feed you. You feel a little scared, you cry, and the mother gives the cuddles you. You're cold, you cry, the mother comes and give you wrap you up in a warm blanket. So you see that this is a source of benefit. When you feel the source of benefit, where you see the source of benefit, your mind goes closer towards that. That is meaning of feeling close. This is affection. So this is the mechanism by which that's built. So we also try to mimic that, take this mechanism, mimic the child's development of love by seeing all beings as a source of benefit. You're getting it? Okay. So with this, we see that I get the maximum benefit from them. They're so kind. You're getting it? Initially, we start your love and affection the way the child develops love and affection towards the mother. Then over time, because of this practice, then the child's love, like the affection that you've built towards other sentient beings, you practice more, that will become like automatically, it'll become like a mother's love towards a child. The mind flows towards the being so spontaneously that it becomes like the mother's love towards the child. Mother does not think about, oh, she is the source of benefit for me. No, automatically mother's love flows. So your love towards the beings will be automatically upgraded from the child's love, like the affection that you've developed, to the mother's like affection. It will automatically be upgraded to that level. It's beautiful. At that point, then you can sacrifice your life for sentient beings. Okay. Okay. This is a good question. Yurila. When we cultivate the bodhicitta, along with the 9 steps of the method of equalizing exchange of self, we need to practice equalizing self and others first, not the last. Whereas in the meditation on the 4 immeasurables, we do the immeasurable equanimity the last, right? So why not the first? Is this your question? Okay, this is a good question. For a match, to be very honest, right? You can do it in any way you like, right? How do we do that in the morning? Which one first? Hey, you remember? Huh? Huh? No, there's no immeasurable known as happiness. Which for me? What are 4 immeasurables? Loving kindness, compassion, joy, equanimity. You're getting it? 4. Okay. Of the first we do which one? Joy. Then loving kindness. Why I'm always doing the loving kindness first is not because it has been done. If I do the compassion first, many people, some of you who already with some traditions who said that this is the order. This is not the order. You're getting it? You eat the bread first or the soup first. It's up to you. It's not necessary bread should be eaten first or the soup should be first. You're getting it? There's no order. Finally, your hunger should go away. You practice this, your compassion should increase. If that happens, any system is fine. You're getting it? Why I'm doing this is to make sure that many people, what is this? He's doing, in the standard books, all right? Loving kindness is taught first, but he's doing the loving compassion, the word compassion first. So what is this? There's so much confusion, right? There's no clarity there. It's wrong, right? So this is all same for the same for small children. We need with the instructions A, B, C, D. You're getting it? A, B, C, D. Once when I just finished my class 10, which means I was at age 16, 17. And then during the break time, we were assigned to teach the junior children, meaning like age 7, 8. And I was teaching them. I taught them science, and I was so fond of science. And I taught them science, and some of the students, little boys and girls, they're so smart. They could easily get what I was teaching. And in the exam was set forth by another teacher. And the teacher cut down the marks because they did not follow the steps. They produced the correct answer, right? They didn't follow the steps. Say, teachers who are not smart, they want all the steps. Teachers who are smart, without the steps, they are more happy. This indicates that the child is smart. You're getting it? Hey, engineer, tell me, which is better? If a child can come without the steps, jump the steps, and come, which is better? That's better. This is smarter. You're getting it? But, so this is what Bodhisattva Shantideva said. Don't teach the basics don't teach the simple things to the intelligent people. Don't teach the very sophisticated things to the unintelligent people. You're getting it? We have to know what to teach to what student. You're getting it? So what I'm saying is that this order, just practice this. Practice any of these 4 first and see whether compassion is growing. If your compassion is growing, that's a purpose. You're getting it? It's not about order. So whereas people so why this first? Why not this first? And he is doing the great loving kindness first, or great compassion first. Not in the text, it is a compassion. He's doing it wrong, right? Wrong, and then you are not doing anything. You're not practicing at all. You're only complaining. You're getting it? So what I'm saying is to Yuri, answer is that you can do any way you like. Right? 4 immeasurables. You can do any way you like. Sometimes you can put the equanimity first. It's not that equanimity can be last. But for the 9 steps, this is the sequence. Because logically you can feel that. You're getting it? Logically you can feel that. Without the first, then you cannot jump to the second and the third. Without the second and third, then the fourth and fifth will become burnout, can lead to burnout. And without the fourth and fifth, then sixth will have no weight. Without the sixth, sense of responsibility will become a shallow. Without the sense of responsibility, then the bodhicitta is just no way. You're getting it? That is very systematically to follow. There are some which are in the form of set, some in the form of set plus sequence. We need to know what is what. This question is so good. Thank you. Okay. Gisela, please elaborate on the peak of samsara. Is it the subtlest form of samadhi? Okay. So let's say that today the master's degree, the university degree, which is the highest? Master's? No. Hey, professor. PhD? No. Postdoc? Not a degree, right? But still it's better. Huh? T-Lich. Top of literature. T-Lich. Okay. T-Lich. Okay. So T-Lich is the highest, right? T-Lich is highest. And let's say the let's say T-Lich in which subject? All subjects have. All have not. Have. Okay. T-Lich in let's say T-Lich in Newtonian physics. T-Lich in quantum physics. Huh? What no? So some say yes, some say no. What should I do now? No. PhD, doctorate in philosophy. You're getting it? Doctor of philosophy, right? Doctor of philosophy in physics. Physics, not philosophy. Don't worry. You're getting it? Physics, not philosophy. Music is not philosophy, but you can do PhD in music. It's not a philosophy. But the degree is PhD, doctorate of philosophy. You're getting it? So philosophy doesn't mean that you have to do the hardcore philosophy. Okay, so Tillit in Newtonian physics, Tillit in quantum physics. Be very honest. Don't be too kind. Don't be very honest. If two of them comes with the degree Tillit, right? And who do you think will the brilliant physicist will be more happy? Be very honest. Tillit in quantum physics. You getting it? So if you don't want to give the answer, ask the engineering. Tell me. Tillit in with Newton physics or tillit in quantum physics? Quantum physics. You're getting it? So the point is that although both have same degree, but still there's a difference there. Likewise, say the peak of existence, some peak of existence, samadhi of peak of existence, oh, the supreme, doesn't mean that it is excellent in every manner. You're getting the peak of existence experience with respect to just the breathing, or peak of existence experience just with the simple meditation. Peak of existence samadhi focus on emptiness. They're very different. You're getting it? Okay. So therefore, simply because we call the peak of existence that's the subtlest in the highest in samsara, it doesn't mean that the samadhi is so good. You getting it? The samadhi, some of them are not really good, because with this you say this mind, peak of existence mind, cannot be used to realize emptiness directly. In many cases, for the bodhisattvas they can, but the non-bodhisattvas, they cannot use this mind, because this mind too subtle, is too passive, that it cannot be used to see the emptiness, which is extremely subtle. It requires extremely alert mind. Okay, so now it's already 4. So okay, Okay, now I will give the chance to Durisha. Durisha, you pick up. Come. So it is Chigmela's choice. Chigmela's choice to give chance to Durisha. You just pick up, just random, big one. Big one. Okay. Thank you. This is lucky one, right? Durisha's choice. Wow, Durisha chose very exciting point. Thank you. Whose question is this? Can you give an example of the third type of ignorance, that is misconceiving impure things as pure? Okay, Professor. Look, thankful to Dresha. Yeah. Okay. Can you give an example of third type of ignorance, that is misconceiving impure things as pure? Yes. Okay. Let me give an example. Say, you go to a hotel, right? You go to a hotel, and then the say in the what buffet, somebody pick up this food, that food, so forth, and then not being able to eat everything will keep them back. And if you see that, it's so dirty. You're right. It's so dirty. Why dirty? Why dirty? To whom? I, who so clean. Right? I'm clean. It's so dirty. Right? This person put back what is in plate. Right? Okay. So what you have actually eaten it and kept it on a plate. Still is very clean. Right? When somebody did not open it, just kept it there, it's very dirty. This is our misconception. This is our misconception. You're getting it? This is a misconception. So, yes, it is there. Next, much of human creative work such as art, literature, cinema, and dance is linked to the expression of human desire and ignorance and afflictions. Is art, all dance, literature, etc. possible in the state of wisdom of emptiness, and how? Or not necessarily emptiness, but we can create like compassion, skillful compassion, right? And all these can be managed. For example, some people, they perform this Kathak dance, Odissi dance, with respect to the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, chapter 3, about the different offerings. It's beautiful. But what you said is true, that many of these, for example, say the movies, Hollywood, Bollywood, Nollywood, whatever, right? Tollywood, Tollywood, whatever, right? So all this singlewood, Ostelwood, Ostelwood is there? No. Yeah. So the point is that what the movie is, which movie is picking up the popularity, that will tell us the thinking level of the common people. You're getting it? It's all about dance and sort of flying and so forth. Means thinking level of the people is very low. It's about the facts. It's about the facts and the governance, the planning, and so forth. When that is more popular, then the thinking. This means the thinking of the common people is very high level. You're getting it. So because the dance and the art literature they are, so what sells? People create that. What people buys, and they create. So when people buys only the fancy desire and so forth, related to desire and so forth, then they will create this. This is simply a reflection of the common people's thinking level. So the leaders have a huge responsibility to make sure that the common people's thinking level standard is raised. right? Sometimes the leaders, they deliberately keep it low so that they can continue to rule the people. Yeah. Okay, there are several of them. There are dreams that do turn out to be true about future events, past lives, etc. What is the relationship to subjective reality? Okay, so in fact, because everything is subjective, therefore the dreams which can be very efficacious related to the past and the future events, it can be explained even more easily. If it is objective, then we cannot explain it. Subjective means your mind, for example, let's say you can see the present. For example, how I go walk towards the Rajgir or Vulture's Peak, right? 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, this time, I can see the difference. From there, I can imagine what they will be like after 5 years. I can see that. You're getting it? So, from today, I could see the prospective future. You getting it? At this time, this little boy, he has to pull me. You're getting it? This little boy, he has to pull me up the steps. No, this boy, you're not a boy, you're a girl. Okay. Okay. So in other words, what I'm saying is that from today, the future can be predicted to some extent, not 100%. Likewise, from today, you can predict the past. There's a very beautiful Tibetan expression which says, if you want to know the past, look at your body today, your longevity, your health, and so forth. That tells you what your past life was. If you want to know the future, look at your mind. Your mind, virtuous, non-virtuous, that will decide your future life. It's beautiful. If you want to know the past, look at your body. If you want to know the future, you look at your mind today. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, we'll stop here. Now, okay. So this comes to the conclusion of this the 7-day retreat, Bodhicitta retreat here, and I see that there are a number of the senior students of Dharma, and not just senior, they're very dedicated. I see that. I'm sure that they more like newcomers. You're able to benefit from the presence of the senior ones. I'm sure you benefit a lot from this. And the for the seniors, they I just wish that this retreat is a little longer with like minimum 3 days extra, like 10 days, so that we can cover a little more. We could not. It doesn't matter. And the for sure in future we'll think of Root Institute, because that we spend one half a day under the Bodhi tree, Bodhgaya here, and one full day in Rajgir. So it becomes like 5 days. So we see in future we can make it like 10 days, so that we can do something more concrete. So particularly today, the Bodhicitta, we could not really cover the in more detail the Bodhicitta. But overall speaking, I would say it went so well, and I'm extremely thankful to all the helpers. The so basically here, the cellular have been really working so hard for these years to keep things intact here in the institute, and we have the Anila, who I know for many years, and Drupa, right? Drupa, your name? Huh? Suma. Suma as a volunteer for many years. And Rajeshji, yes, I've been knowing him for many years, and the extremely helpful, beneficial. I really congratulate all the efforts and our Tibet staff, Siringla. Thank you so much. Your effort is just really, really full of heart, managing everything, including it's a one-on-one meeting with me. He's staying late in the night. Thank you so much, and each one of you for being here. This is a great merit for all of us. So with this in mind, no doubt the last few days we accumulated so much of merit. So let us dedicate the merits that's gathered towards the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the true source of joy and happiness on this earth, and that his wishes before for spontaneously. Particularly, as I did mention this about the sea learning, social, the universal ethics program, which is Holiness, the envisioned for the world at dark. So the world is going to be a very different, peaceful, harmonious world, but the leaders will say the give hand to each other rather than creating divides and waging wars. So let's pray that His own visions come true for the world. And let's also pray that all these learning centers from different traditions like Theravada, Chinese Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, that all these traditions, so in other words, the Buddhism that flourishes in Pali language and flourishes in Sanskrit language, may all these teachings thrive for the benefit of sentient beings. And the learning centers such as from the different Tibetan traditions such as Sakya, Kagyu, Nyuma, Gelug, may all, wherever the genuine teaching of Buddha is happening, may these centers thrive in the activities of study, reflection, meditation. And also the centers like Root Institute and these centers, may they forever be supported by the generous, the volunteers, and also that this, as the blessed by His Holiness the Dalai Lama, started by Lama Yeshe and the Lama Sopa Rinpoche, and let us pray that the dreams, the aspirations, virtuous aspirations for the Dharma and sentient beings come true. And also, let's pray that the volunteers, as well as these staff in the center, in all the centers, Dharma centers, may they have good health and the pursuit of the Dharma practice be successful. And may I personally dedicate the merits that's gathered, that each one of you, through a concerted effort, be able to soon see the dawn of the wisdom of emptiness and the unconditional love of Bodhicitta within yourself, that you'll become a reliable guide to lead all sentient beings towards ultimate happiness. May peace and prosperity spread in this world. May all the war come to an end as soon as possible. May all the injustices and including the domestic violence and so forth, may they stop. So with this mind, let's turn to page 294. In the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness, good. All powerful, generous, Tenzin Gyatso, please remain until samsara ends. Just as the brave Manjurians summoned the Bhatha too realize things they are, also I dedicate all these merits in the best way that I may follow their perfect example. I dedicate all these rules of virtue with the dedication praised at the best by all the Buddhas who appeared in 3 times, so that I might perform the noblest Bodhisattva's deeds. Chanju Semjo Rinpoche Ma Ge Ba Nam Ge Gyuruji Ge Ba Nyam Ba Me Ba Yam Kone Kondo Pe Barai. May the Supreme Bodhicitta that has not arisen rise and grow, and may that which is arisen and diminished but increase forevermore. As long as space remains, as long as sentient beings remain, until then may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. To do the merits of these virtuous actions, may I quickly attain the state of Guru Buddha and lead all beings without exception into that enlightened state. I dedicate the merit thus gathered towards the realization that is in the prayers of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas for 3 times, and to the holding of the doctrine, Dharma of teaching and realization. May in all lives through the force of this merit, never separate from the four wheels of the Mahayana vehicle, and accomplish all the stages of the path, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfectly in the two stages. With the wish to free all beings, I shall always go for refuge to the Buddha, Dharma, and the Sangha until I reach full enlightenment. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the fallen find new hope, constant happiness, and prosperity. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from the illness, and may may every disease in the world never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid, and those bound be freed. May the parties find power, and may people think of benefiting one another. But the merits have accumulated, may every single being abandon all forms of wrongdoing and perpetually engage in virtue. May they never be parted from the four engaged in the Bodhisattva's conduct. May they be cared for by the Buddhas and relinquish the actions of devils. May no living creature ever suffer, commit wrong, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled, or their minds ever be depressed. May all the pains of living creatures rightly so put myself, and through the might of the Bodhisattva Sangha, may all beings experience happiness. Having dispelled all inner and outer obstacles and downfalls, such as poverty, despair, oppression, cruelty, epidemics, and natural disaster due to environmental degradation, may all peace and happiness. Inspired by wisdom and compassion, today in the Buddha's presence, I chant the motto full awakening for the benefit of all sentient beings. I go for refuge to the triple gem. I confess the negativities individually. I rejoice the virtues of all the beings. I hold the precious Buddha in my heart. By the power of practicing and supplicating to you, may all be free from sickness, poverty, and conflict, and may Dharma and auspicious and proliferate in all the places where we abide. The power of the unit contains compassion is loosely explained by the protective Buddha Dharma and the beings of the land of snows. That the lotus holds the Tenzin Gyatso, we supplicate you that the wishes are fulfilled spontaneously. May the operations, the evil thoughts and deeds of the negative forces, humans and non-humans, who help administer the perverted prayers against the teachings of the Buddhas be truly vanquished through the power of the truth of the three jewels. By the dependent realization of the profound substance, appearance, and emptiness, together with the false great compassion of the three jewels and the power of the truth, and through the virtue of the infallible law of karmas and the truths, may this truthful prayer of ours be unhindered and quickly fulfilled. May the teaching of the beneficent one till world's end be unshaken by the winds of all evil thoughts. May it always be met by innumerable beings who find conviction and that teach by understanding the teaching's true nature. May it never falter even for an instant to uphold the excellent way of the sage, which illuminates the principle of dependent origination through all my births, even giving away my body and life. May I spend day and night carefully reflecting by what means can I enhance his teaching, achieve the Supreme Savior, to restrain his efforts over countless eons. In all my lives, never separated from perfect gurus, may enjoy the magnificent Dharma by completing the qualitative stages of the paths, may quickly attain the state of Vajradhara. Throughout my future lifetimes, may always be guided by the compassion of be able to uphold the Dharma in general and the teaching of dependent origins in particular, even in the course of my life. Okay, now let us quickly seal the virtue. Sealing the virtue that gathered the last 1 week is not damaged by negative forces. So sealing the virtue is done by the meditation emptiness. I'll give a quick the explanation of the emptiness, 5-point emptiness, and just try to follow the instruction. Okay. Just invoke all Buddhist Bodhisattvas watching us, your true parents, your children, all family members, all dear messenger beings with you. And the virtues that you gathered, who gathered this virtue is I and all the participants here in the retreat. And what is this? How does this I appear to you? As objective real or like a dream? Of course, as objective real. Remember what Arinagachan said. If the self does exist subjectively, if the mirage were to be water, one knows those close by the mirage see water. Likewise, if the person were, if this I were to exist objectively, why don't I see this I as I go closer to the object? Okay, now let us go closer to the object by subjecting this self-ultimate analysis. Subject self-ultimate analysis, we just end up seeing 6 elements. and earth, solid part of the self, water, fire, air, space, and consciousness. Okay, now tell me, in the eyes of ultimate analysis, which of the 6 elements is the self? None. Then different from 6 elements, what is this as self? Nothing is left as a self. Now where is the self, which you earlier saw as object real? Nowhere to be seen. Stay in this experience for a while. This is known as meditative experience of the space like emptiness. With this awareness, slowly shift to the conventional analysis from the ultimate analysis. Again, the self appears. Objectively, it's empty. Subjectively, it appears. Therefore, there you can see a discrepancy between appearance and reality. Where this discrepancy between appearance and reality is known as illusion. So this awareness that the self is like illusion, this is a post-meditative experience of the illusion like emptiness. Okay, slowly come out of this practice. Come out. Okay, good. Thank you.